Do you find yourself wasting time, wanting to be more productive, wanting to spend more quality time with your family? Well, you are not alone, and this video is for you because I'm going to be breaking down my 6 top tips for being your most productive self this year, whether you're a busy mom, whether you have a lot going on at work, whether both of those things apply to you. So make sure you keep watching. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Julie. I'm an occupational therapist, a mom of almost 3 kids. I've got a lot going on, and these are the tips that have really helped me just stay sane and help me get what I want done. If you like videos that are here to promote intentional living, being organized, being calm, enjoying your parenting experience or just life in general so that you can spend time with those that you love doing what you love, then make sure you go ahead and subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, click the notification button, and with all that said, let's jump right in. All right, number 1 is to do the thing that you're avoiding the most first. It's so great to just chuck off the low-hanging fruit, whatever the saying is, but honestly, at the back of your mind, you're just going to be having this task that you need to do just eating away at you. Get it done first, whether that's, for me, like editing a video, or maybe doing a presentation you might have to do, or maybe it's even something like cleaning. Like you absolutely hate cleaning the bathroom, you've been putting it off, it's getting gross, but you know that once you do it, you're going to feel so much better. Do that thing first, and then you are free. Then you are free to do whatever you want, or you can reward yourself and move on to the next thing. Number 2, make it so simple that you cannot fail. I have really failed literally in the past when I have set myself up to do a million things, structures and systems that I absolutely cannot maintain in my current life circumstance, which is having small children at home, being very pregnant and having a lot of fluctuations in energy, and it just becomes so overwhelming that I just don't want to do any of it, to the point where I kind of just take a break if I can and just pretend it doesn't exist, which is really not what I want to do. I don't want to be the ostrich with my head in the sand. I've had to make it so simple so that my brain doesn't convince me that it's too hard, or doesn't deter me from doing something. So if there's something that you need to do, make it so simple. It's more simple than you ever thought. So if you need to create a presentation and you've been avoiding it and you have to set up the PowerPoint, what is the number 1 first thing that you could do that's like ultra simple? Maybe that's researching, and then the next day maybe that's just setting up an outline, and then the next day it's like doing 1 slide. And the thing is, even though logical brain doesn't know how this really works or doesn't believe this to be true, momentum begets momentum, and you need to start and keep going. Number 3, perfectionism will absolutely kill you. For me, being a parent, I can no longer be perfect in everything that I do. As soon as I clean something up, it's going to get wrecked and somewhere else. Someone's going to cry, something's going to happen, we're going to get delayed. There's no such thing as perfectionism even without children, but it's very much highlighted once you have little kids. Let me know if you can relate. But honestly, perfectionism is what stops so many people from even getting started with doing something, or executing it, or uploading something, or showing it to their boss or whatever, because they are so paranoid that it is not perfect that they don't progress. And perfectionism kills progress. That's how I feel. You need to take that perfectionism out. Just know that done is good enough. Motherhood will teach you this, but putting a lot on your plate, eventually you just make decisions. You just got to get it out there. It's better than it just sitting there, just wasting away. Number four is I have started using an app called Flora, where you can set 25-minute timers, or even less if you want, or more. And if you go and check your phone, which for me is probably my biggest distraction, then you lose money. So you can set up a donation that will go to a charity. And I'm motivated by the fact that I don't want to waste my $5 on something futile like checking Facebook or Instagram. I'd rather just donate my money separately. And so it's actually really helped me to stay focused. And 25 minutes often turns in to 45 minutes or an hour because I just want to finish what I need to do. There's no alarm at the end of the little cycle, so you're not aware that you've even crossed that threshold. And when you get into the zone, you can actually really get a lot done. So I've been using that as an external motivator to help me stay accountable, and it's super, super helpful. Number 5 is embracing the 4-burner theory. And I really want to do a dedicated video on this. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. If you haven't heard about it, recently I watched watched a video by Dawn from The Minimal Mom, and she was talking about the 4 burner theory. She did such a great job demonstrating all the different burners, so I'll have that video linked down below. But basically there are, according to this theory, 4 big burners in our lives. So health, family, work, and relationships, or like friends. The theory goes that if you want to do something fairly well, you have to drop one of the burners. If you want to do something really well, you have to drop 2 of the burners. So now you're thinking, okay, so family, health, work, relationships, like all of those things are key. So you're basically telling me I have to cut out my social life and I have to cut out my health in order to work on family and work. And the way that I see it is like with your health, obviously without your health, like you have nothing, but there's a big variation in health. And I think when they talk about health as a bucket, it's like running triathlons and marathons and going to the gym 5 days a week and really investing a lot of time into your health. Maybe it's like cooking all your meals from scratch or sourcing all your own ingredients. It could be really extreme that way. I think of health as like things that are more manageable for me: going to bed on time, having healthy meals, whether that's using like a meal service, cooking very simple things myself at home, nothing extravagant. And no, I'm not going to the gym 5 days a week, but maybe I could do a 10-minute workout every other day if I wanted to. But for me, the focus right now is kind of work and family. I'll probably say work and health are like 50-50, because my health, being pretty pregnant and having 2 little kids, really influences how much work I can get done. And I'm just beyond the stage of pushing myself to absolute exhaustion. I just don't think it's smart to do that during pregnancy. So I'm taking this as an opportunity to really slow down and minimize everything that I'm doing, which is kind of what it has inspired this video. But let me know what you think about the 4 burner theory, and if you'd like me to do a more in-depth video about how you just can't do it all. And I think once we accept that, it's really, really helpful to have that freedom that you can't do it all and you're released. You don't have to be a rock star according to society's standards. And then number 6 is habit formation. And this is something that has crept up on me in my subconscious. And I've been reading a lot about the subconscious mind and how that really controls everything that we do in life. You know, we think we're in control in our conscious brain, but we're not really. The subconscious is definitely running the show. And here's one of the ways that this is demonstrated: through habits. Often we just do things because that's the way we've always done them. And what you want to do is you want to get into a zone where you are doing things that are requiring effort and energy, but they become so habitual that you almost cannot do them. So a perfect example for me is I've been making videos now consistently for maybe a year, let's just say, twice a week. And in my head, I want to upload a video every Tuesday and Friday. And it can be hard. As I told you, I have a million excuses not to do anything. Would I like to be taking a nap right now? Yes, I would. My kids are out of the house. I would definitely like to do that. But I also have this inherent little nagging feeling that I need to get a video up next week. When am I going to do it? And so having the time without my children, you know, is really, really precious and not very common. So I need to do this. And it's almost like there's something else running the show. So once you do a habit enough, it's like a bit of a compulsion, but like not in a bad way. Like if I really wanted to take a nap, 100% I could, but I would still feel like, ugh, I really wanted to create a video. And I'm really creating it because that is what I've committed to do. And you can do this with anything. If it's something like you're writing a book and you do it enough, and it takes time, I would say 2-3 months of commitment. That's where you have to really put in the commitment to make it such a habit that it's hard to ignore. Perhaps it is training for a marathon, and those first month or 2 months of training, it's tough. But once you get through that, it's easier and easier to just do it because it's so habitual. And it's a weird phenomenon that happens. I never thought it would happen to me, but I do find myself thinking like, oh, I just, at the minimum, I want to get this video done. Set myself up. I'm just going to film 1 video, and then it turns into 2, and then it turns into 3, and then it turns into something else. And it's incredible how that happens. To finish this video, I just want to leave you with a quote. This is from James Clear's newsletter that I subscribe to. He has written the best-selling book Atomic Habits, which incidentally the 4 burner theory falls into. He discusses it in there, and this is what he says: the more you move, the easier it is to keep moving. Maintain the momentum. And that's what I mean by this habit and this shift towards just doing the thing that will ultimately lead you to your goal. It's amazing how it happens, but somehow it does. And I encourage you not to give up, to really give whatever new habit you're trying to create at least 60 days. I know we've been sold this 21-day thing, but that's not necessarily the case. Don't give up, and momentum is going to start taking over. So I would love to hear from you. How do you stay productive? What are your struggles? Where do you think you can improve? We all probably hold ourselves to a really high standard where we can do more every single day, but you know, resting is just as important, and it's all about balance, right? So if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about productivity and being a busy mom and all that kind of stuff, make sure that you subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, turn on your notification bell, check out all the resources in the description down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.